Alright, this is problem number 27 in test 3 review. So they're asking you, last month a company sold 389 video games. This month the company sold 400% of that amount. How many were sold this month? So what they're telling you is last month they had a certain number of video games sold. And this month, they're saying it's 400% of that amount, meaning that amount is back over here. This thing is this number, 389. Now, if you didn't know the percent equation that I'm going to show you, and this equation here, this proportion, percent proportion, and you were just reading this, the math is really right here in the language. It's telling you 400% of that amount. So you've got a number 400%, and this of means multiply. So it's telling you right there in that sentence, all you have to do is multiply 400% times that amount, which is 389. And if you didn't know anything else, that's what you would do. Now 400% has to be changed to a decimal. You cannot just multiply 400 with a percent sign on that number. That means something different. It's not ready to multiply yet, so you would have to change it to a decimal. So that's the math. That's the basic math if you want to just break down the sentence. If that is confusing, you can use the percent equation, which is simply percent times the whole equals the part. You would find the percent, find the whole, and when you multiply, because that's what the equation is telling you to do, make sure you change the percent to a decimal before multiplying to get your part. In this situation, you wouldn't have to change the percents to a decimal because of this percent over 100. It is already taking care of your number. So let's solve this side. We'll find the percent, find the whole, and find the part, and we'll plug it all in. So the percent, of course, is 400. The whole is the total amount of video games that were sold the first day, so 389 videos, and then the part is an unknown. We don't know. So the part is X. So we have all these pieces, and let's put them into the equation. The part is X over the whole, which is 389, and we're going to set that equal to the percent, we're not using the percent sign in this case because we're putting that number over 100, which then eliminates the need for the percent sign. And now we're solving a proportion. X times the 100 and the 389 times the 400, and we set those equal to each other, times 400 equals 100 times X, 100X. And we're going to divide like we do to solve a proportion. We'll set it equal to X by dividing each side by 100. And when you divide 100 by 100, that equals 1. And so 1 times X just is X. Now X equals this math here. So we solve. And with these percent proportions, you're always going to be able to reduce before you start to multiply. So divide this number by 100, which is knock off 2 zeros. Divide this number by 100, knock off 2 zeros. So what you have now is 389 times 4 over 1. So that would equal x, which then equals 389 times 4. So it's 1556. Well, that seems kind of large. But what is happening is our part then, the next time they sold quite a few more than they sold before, because it was 400% of that amount over here. 400% means 100% is 389, so it's going to be 4 times that. So our part then equals 1556. And let's see if we use this equation, if it works. So we're going to find the percent, which is 400. In this situation, we don't have the luxury of dropping the percent sign. So the whole is 389. So we'll multiply it times 389, and that will equal the part. So we have to change our percent to a decimal. So whenever you take off a percent sign, you're dividing by 100, which means you're taking this decimal and moving it over this way. So you end up with a 4, because you've taken the percent sign off, and you have to divide by 100 to do so. So you move the decimal this way to the left, you have a 4. Now it's 4 times 389, just like in the other problem. And of course we learned that that will then equal 1,556 sold this month. Okay.